Hi y'all, it's Rob, and today I want to talk a little bit about death and the phrase Memento Mori. Memento Mori means, loosely translated, remember death. And throughout my life, I have adhered to that value as soon as I learned how it could help me through life. When I first heard the words Memento Mori, remember death, it did not give me a warm, fuzzy feeling. I didn't feel like it was a positive thing. And I think, like most people, the idea of death is very uncomfortable and unsettling. That being said, as I have embraced the practice of remembering death, it has helped me live a more vibrant life and really caused me to be grateful for every moment that I'm here. I think that as the years have progressed, I have grappled more with the reality of my mortality, and therefore I live my life with the awareness that this is a finite existence, and this vessel I have right here is temporary and it wears out. And as a 60-year-old man, I feel it wearing out and I see it wearing out. My hair is thinning, my teeth are falling out a little bit here and there in the back. I've got wrinkles. It's very hard to stay in shape. I have aches and pains in my bones. And I don't say this as a complaint. It's just the reality of a 60-year-old body. And I think the average lifespan for men in the US is somewhere around 78. So if I live an average lifespan, that means I have 18 years left on this planet. And that's not a lot. But in some ways, it is a lot. It all depends on how I embrace these 18 years. I think that being around death and seeing people pass away, and especially people that I love and that I've been close to, has really helped me evolve spiritually as far as accepting the reality of death. And I'm happy that and grateful that I've got to experience it. And it feels a little strange to say that because it was awful and terrible. And when people ask me about taking care of my father as he passed, that's what I usually say is how I feel. It was beautiful and terrible. It was all these things. I was lucky enough to have time with my father because he didn't die suddenly. And so I had a lot of time to share some nice moments with him and tell him things that I felt I really needed to tell him before he left his body. And it was difficult. It was very difficult, especially when you are saying goodbye to a person who's given you care and guidance throughout your life. And I've always looked up to my father, still do. And to see him pass was difficult. Right now, I'm standing in his old room. I'm standing in the place where he passed away. This is the spot where one day I walked in and he was no longer alive. And that was difficult and awful and terrible. And also a very strong educational experience. To see him pass away for me was to grapple with the reality that I too will pass away, and everybody I know will pass away. Everybody that I love, everybody that I don't have great feelings for, we're all bound to leave our bodies. And saying that, I think to myself, why should I care that I do anything that bothers people? Why should I be self-conscious about anything? Why shouldn't I just embrace everything I should think I should do here on the earth while I'm here in this body? And that's a great thing to say and think about, but the reality is different. And I am self-conscious, and I do care about what people think about me, and that's just the way it is. I'm human, and I want acceptance, and I don't want to be ostracized as some sort of strange person that people don't want to deal with because of the decisions I make, however valid I think they are. So, although I try to embrace the I don't care what you think attitude, I do care what people think. And so, it's something I'm working on. I notice people older than myself who seem spiritually balanced and confident, they don't care what people think about their opinions or the way they live their life. And it's endearing. I think that it's really nice to see people who live their life in an authentic way and don't really care what you think. And that's it can be uncomfortable, but I think it's very interesting to see somebody live that way. And I do aspire to be that, but I am not there yet. But every day I take a moment and remember death and remember that I will die. And this body is a temporary vehicle for my soul. So I make decisions based on that. I try. Often I get caught up in the momentary pleasures of the world and don't think about the ramifications of what I'm doing and how I'll feel as I get older, looking back on the things I do. But being around people that have passed and seeing people die has elevated my ability to really grasp the fact that I am going to die, and that someday I will be probably on my deathbed reflecting on what I've done with my time here on earth. So that's it. I think we should all remember death. I think we should all take a moment and consider that this is a temporary situation we're in here in our bodies. And live your life accordingly. We all die. Live your life accordingly. So I think that's all I have to say about that. And I hope you all are having a good day, and I hope you embrace your life and live it with vigor, and remember to be grateful. And I think that's the part I missed in this whole rant, is the gratitude, which is giant. I have to remember that I will die, and I have to remember to be grateful for the life I've been given. And this amazing machine that's a body, it's not really a machine, but it's pretty complicated stuff. I can see, I can talk, I can taste and move and touch, and I'm blessed. There are many people in the world who have situations where they don't have a good working body and a good working mind like I do. And I can go outside and take a walk, feel the sun, feel the rain, feel the wind. I can watch kids play. I can look at a beautiful sunset. I can do a lot of great things that not everybody can do. And I need to remember to be grateful for that, because that gets me through. That gets me through. It's an antidote for resentment and jealousy and anger and the negative emotions that sometimes swirl around me. So, I guess I will add to Memento Mori, remember death. I guess the next two words I would say would be grateful. Remember death, be grateful. Because look at this amazing place we have. Look at this amazing body we have. Remember the times you hang out with your friends and you're laughing and smiling, and it just feels good to be around them. Your friends, your lovers, your wives and husbands, your children. It's a beautiful world, and we're all blessed to be in it. And it's hard to grapple with that sometimes, because there are many difficulties that we will struggle with as we go through. So that's about it. Remember death and be grateful. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.